Good day and I love you. Welcome to Monday, June 16th. Classic example today. I have read and been in many of the places where I have to be first thing in the day before doing my check-in. Watch your tail, it's about to get smashed in the door. Watch your tail, boo. And now I feel racing and like, oh, I have to do my check-in. So clearly this isn't the way for me to go about things. This is why I like to do my check-in first before I take in anything, and that allows me to decide who I want to be and how I want to show up to life. But I didn't do it that way today. I was so anxious to get into everything and respond and interact, and now I feel a little fried out. So I'm sharing that because that's the way it works for me, and it might be the way it works for you. You got to put yourself first. I remember when I came into a program of recovery, and they were like, you got to put yourself first. Not in the way that I was doing before, where I didn't have any regard for anyone, and it looks like you put yourself first when you take a shit on everyone else. But put yourself first in terms of like, make your well-being the #1 priority. Like, get up and tend to self, damn it. Because when you tend to self, then you can tend to other things. But in a classic human form, when I take my picture and I'm gonna go, oh, pour in everybody, before you learn, before you know it, you're fucking empty. And I hate that shit, and I don't like that way, so I'm a little frustrated with myself, because I just know better. But anyway, I'm showing up honest, because that's what time in life it is. I also wanted to tell you, I apologize for not being here on Saturday. I didn't even realize until later in the day. This is just super honest, real talk. The truth is, I learned some stuff, and I saw some stuff from a real clear perspective. This last full moon really shined the light on some shit for me, and it was a gut punch, and I had to balance myself. And so I wasn't here, and I feel the need to be honest about that. Like, the more I do this, be honest and live authentically, the more I realize, like, this is who I was when I was little. And I was a kid that would have lots of diagnoses today, and I don't believe in any of these diagnoses. I don't believe in Asperger syndrome. What that is an authentic motherfucker who cannot forfeit their authenticity for the sake of societal exception and norm. That's me. The only way I was able to try to circumvent that was drugs and alcohol, so that I could be numb and try to be myself. Because what it is you get these people that are super high energy. There's no such thing as ADHD and ADD. And what's that other one that I can't stand right now? What are they calling it? A multi-divergent mind or some bullshit like that? Because freaking modern day humans can't seem to understand that they're divine creatures, and that they're about 97 to 98% of our DNA is called dark DNA by quote unquote scientists. And yet it keeps coming back in the human. If you know anything about planet Earth, you know that things don't come back unless they're used. Nothing unneeded comes back. The laws of adaptation and evolution do away with that. Earth keeps what's needed, period, and not what's not. So if we've got 97 to 98% of this structure coming back in the human, that tells me stop, 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 that it's absolutely not only needed, it's necessary, and it's for our well-being. And what ends up happening is those who have a higher conduction of energy, love is creativity, light is information, allow more light, information into their DNA. The light, the information, activates the DNA. The only part of the DNA that's been coded by modern day scientists is protein sequence genome DNA. And that's a very small part of human DNA. So once humans come with more conductivity and more energy, they are able to access more of their DNA. Well, the modern day operating system doesn't exactly host that very beneficially, does it? It's like old day humans, I said this earlier, old day humans came with a broadband connection. And then some of us came with a broadband connection, 2 USB ports, and 4 HDMI hookups. And we're like, ready to hook up. And then what's the modern environment say? Oh, you've got too much energy. You can't sit still. You can't focus. I can focus, motherfucker. I can focus on 8 things at one time very, very well. there's no inability for me to focus. What there is an inability for me to present in an unauthentic fashion at this point. And so my showing up in all my energy allows me more conductivity. And so with that, I love all my energy, but I do understand that I have to set my space, that all of this energy gets to be explosive, volatile, a little chaotic, unless I ground it, unless I channel the flow. Just like a power line. When I was little, there was a power line that came loose, and I remember asking my mom, this power line was flailing around like a snake, right? It had like sparks flying out. It was so crazy. It was a live power line. It was smacking the pavement. And I remember asking my mom, what's gonna happen there? What's going on? And she said, well, they gotta ground that power line in order to stabilize that energy flow. Well, that's the same thing. All of this energy left unstabilized, uninsulated, is an ungrounded power line. However, when you throw some rubber around that mess and get a smooth conductive circuit grounding that wire into the ground, you sure do have a nice flow. Yeah? So that's the highly conductive human, and for me, I can conduct in my conductivity, I can practice in my connection once I have taken the time to properly ground my energy and to connect with all that is. So, with that, my intentions today are to stretch my son. Those are my physical intentions. And my spiritual intention is to keep maintaining this energy, because I'm pretty energetic today. I'm pretty wound for sound, literally. And so I need to do the things to properly ground my energy. Number one, I need to get my feet on the ground. Number two, I need to exercise. Number three, I need to drink plenty of water. And number four, I'm going to eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. Boom! Recipe for magic. My energy creates my reality. What I want, what I focus on, is what I will manifest. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? And so having grounded energy allows me to focus. When I do not ground my energy, I have a hard time focusing. And then I don't get more of what I want. I get more of what I don't want. So I will ground my energy and focus today. Happy Monday, and I love you.